Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nerd Break, the podcast where we take a break from life and nerd out about our favorite things. I am your host, Joseph the Broseph, and joining me this week is one of my best friends in the entire universe, Zombs.
I just realized that the soy sauce that I use has 38% less sodium than regular soy sauce.
Does that make you 38% less Zombs?
I think that's a 38% less of a chance to shrivel up.
Actually, that wouldn't make any sense because salt holds moisture in it.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I guess we're learning something every day.
Indeed. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of our podcast. We do not have Moxie this week with us as she is waging war on a different plane of existence. Isn't that lovely, Zombs?
Does she need our help?
You know, she just might, but she hasn't said anything, so we're just going to have to do this without her.
Okay.
This week, we have an exciting episode for you as we are going to, as always, run through some video game and anime news. Got some anime birthdays coming along. And as always, our big topic this week for Retro Month, we are going to go retro with talking about some classic shows. We're going to start off, though, today's episode with news of the video game variety. And kicking it off is quite possibly the longest title for a video game that anyone has ever seen. And it is a Japanese Switch game with a title that is Monster wo Taoshite Suyo Kenya Yoroi wo Tinai Shinase Shindimo Akira Meza ni Suyoko Nirna se Yusya Taiga Mau Wu Taosu Sono Hi wo Shinji Tismasu, which is Japanese and me pronouncing it terribly. The translation, though, for that goes something along the lines of defeat monsters to get strong swords and armor. Even if you die, fight and become stronger. We believe in the day the heroes will defeat the demon lord.
Interesting.
Indeed. It actually had an original title that translated to something a little bit shorter, which was defeat monsters to get strong swords and armor. We believe in the day the heroes will defeat the demon lord.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too, and I kind of want this game, kind of.
I was looking at some of the artwork, and it looks kind of neat. Can I pre-order it?
No, you can't. It's a Japanese exclusive so far.
Okay.
Sorry, Zombs. I would like to know how in the world they are going to get a English language title out of all that. If it were to come to the West. Someone tell me. Anybody. Maybe someone should hire Zombs to be an advisor. That's what they should do.
Keep applying.
You do that, Zombs. Next up, we have, it's official. Halo's legendary multiplayer has got its announcer back for Halo Infinite. Jeff Dietzer will be back on board as the announcer for multiplayer. This was confirmed by the audio technical designer at 343 Studio, Chase Thompson. If I could talk today, that would be lovely. Zombs, are you excited?
Yeah, I was hoping to get this game with the release of the Xbox Series X, but I think we did a segment on that, on how it was pushed back. And now I don't know when this game's supposed to be released. And it seems like they're still working on it. I can only hope that this is going to be the best game ever.
With as long as they're working on it, one can hope that it's good, like really, really good. But
I just I don't want it to be another like that Duke Nukem, the latest one, which took like 10 plus years to come out, and then when it finally did come out, it was not that good.
no, no, that game suffered so much. But speaking of suffering, we actually have another news story where people don't have to suffer because Sony has done its backtracking. Backtracked that, well, you can probably see the imprints on certain places. Anyways, they have backtracked on their decision to close the online storefronts for the PS3 and the PlayStation Vita. No longer are they closing in July. Instead, it is just the PSP storefront that is closing. You will still be able to buy PS3 games and PlayStation Vita games on those respective systems. And this is only a good thing, honestly, because there was a lot of flack that was being thrown around, especially at Sony, because they had not told really anybody. There were companies developing games still for the Vita, and they started to have to just turn around and walk away from those projects because of this shutdown, which is awful. Zoms, are you happy about this?
Um yeah, yes I am because you know what? I know that it's getting harder and harder to find Vita games and PlayStation 3 games. So now we have the option to just purchase them from the store on our consoles. Well, we did. And then when they took that away, and I was like, oh no, what are we going to do now? And now that they brought it back, everybody rejoice.
I still have my PS3, and I'm glad they reversed this. I understand the original reason why, but I'm glad they reversed it because there are PS1 games that are available on there, and there's PS2 games that are available on that storefront. And if I ever want to buy those games for some reason, then to be able to still do that is really good. Plus, if my PS3 ever decides to conk out on me, then I get a new PS3 and download the games again. Next up, we have that Castlevania on Netflix. Looks like it's ending with season 4, but the story may continue with a spin-off series.
Okay. This I was actually really excited about. Um, One, the Castlevania series is not anime. At least I don't believe that it is.
Not
Uh,
really. It kind of got a little anime-ish there with like the DS games, but not too much.
yeah, but for anybody who is unfamiliar with the Castlevania storyline, I know it's an old game. Where the people who are familiar with it, either way, this series is great to watch for fans that are new and old. Personally, when I had first seen this, I fell in love with it. I have only seen people play the original Castlevania, so watching this was really great. Finally, learning a bit of the story. Actually, I believe the this series follows the place of the third Castlevania game, from what I was told. If I'm wrong, let us know in the comments or email us or whatever. But it's a great series. I really enjoy it. The artwork is really great. The story is really great, and both good and bad news from this is season 4 is going to be the final season. Well, now I know there's going to be a season 4, so I'm really excited. I am also sad that it's going to be the final season, but if there's going to be a spin-off, I'm happy.
Yeah, I wanted to see the series, but I don't have Netflix. So that means I get to borrow your Netflix account, right, Zoms? So I can watch this.
We'll talk about that later. Hey, moving on.
Okay. Moving on, Lego has announced, in conjunction with Nintendo, that we are getting a Lego Luigi.
You have the Mario Legos already, Broseph?
Yeah, they. This is Following from an interesting update that came out for Mario, for Lego Mario, where he actually, in certain circumstances, calls for his brother. Well, after that was reported on, Lego just decided to drop it and say, here you go, Lego Luigi, coming out in August.
Fantastic. I was in, I believe I was in Target the other day, and I had seen the set. So I went to go look at it. I picked it up, and one, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of pricey for the Lego set. And if you want the Mario character figure, you have to purchase a specific set, right?
Yeah, I actually have him. I have several Lego Mario sets. I agree, they are kind of pricey. Legos in general, though, are kind of pricey, but it
That's
is
true.
cool. It is a cool little Lego.
Yeah. I mean it's pretty great. If I'm not gonna lie, building Legos is somewhat de-stressful.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
When
I
was the last time you built a Lego Zombs?
don't
I'm thinking 1942.
uh Legos did not exist that time.
No, they didn't.
Can tell you that for a fact.
Anyways, Lego Luigi is a little bit slimmer, it looks like, than his counterpart brother. At least his head. And he's a little taller, it looks like, just a little.
Oh,
Plus, he's green, which I love green.
yeah.
I could be drooling right now over Lego Luigi, just a little bit.
Hmm. Did you pre-order your set?
No, unfortunately not, because I'm of the opinion that I want to get a deal, and I can't get a deal necessarily by pre-ordering.
Uh,
So I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Sometimes there's pre-order bonuses. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go and ask a couple people.
Yeah, I might, but it's also a money issue. I've gotta wait and see how my money lays out.
Uh, the number one issue with otaku and gamers, money.
Indeed. Speaking of money going out the door, more of mine is going out the door because we got this amazing little announcement of a little game that probably very few people are actually going to really care about, let's face it. But it's never made it here to the States. It was locked behind the Japanese gate that so many games wind up being, called The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. This is actually the prequel series to Ace Attorney. And Capcom is finally bringing this thing out of Japan, giving us a full blown physical Western release on July 27th. Zoms, I saw this and my jaw literally hit the floor.
Yeah, I know you were pretty excited about this to the point where I think you need to probably build some Legos.
Well, I don't have any to build at the moment, but I am really, really excited about this. One of the reasons why they said they couldn't originally bring this to the West, out of probably fear of the fact that they didn't think it would sell well, is the fact that it has Sherlock Holmes in it. And to get around that, they changed his name to Herlock Sholmes,
Hmm.
which when I saw that, I thought, Herlock. Gee, makes me think he's going to hurl. Oh, this game, though, is bound to be amazing. If you have not played any of the Ace Attorney games, let me tell you really quickly that they are an amazing series. There are a numerous number of titles to the series. The first three are available on the Switch. Now, one thing to add to this, it's not just coming to the Switch. The physical version in the game for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is also coming to the PS4. But if you have not played any of the games in the series, they're detective games. Detective visual novel is almost a good way to put it, but it also has courtroom setting where you're trying to take on and battle with the wits of your people that you've got on the stand, trying to get them to confess to all their horrible, dirty little secrets. Going back to the Grace Attorney Chronicles, though, this takes place with the main hero of the original Ace Attorney games, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, back in ye old England. Hence the reason why Sherlock Sholmes is in it. Zombs, have I got you excited yet?
I just wanted to point out that Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character.
Yes. You know what I'm going to say right now, Zombs?
What?
Objection!
You didn't do the hand thing.
Well, I'm not doing it now. Next up, in another piece of news, as of today, you no longer need an Xbox Live Gold membership in order to play free to play games. So, games such as Fortnite and Rocket League, you don't have to pay to play. Zombs, now you can play Fortnite all night long on your Xbox.
Oh, yay. A couple people have asked me, and I hold true to what I've said. I said I will play with you, and I do. Yeah, for those of you who are, again, that money issue for gamers, this is great. This is good news. So let's play some more. Another game that I was recently asked to play was World of Tanks. So I actually got that downloaded. I'm ready to play. So any of these free games, was PUBG free to play?
Yes, it was.
Okay. It's mostly those battle royale games,
Yeah, I don't
PUBG,
play them.
Fortnite, Apex Legends, also World of Tanks. If anybody else has another game you want to play, either way, free to play now or whatever, go ahead. Let me know.
Well, I'm gonna let you know something, Zombs. That was actually the end of our video game news. So it's now time for anime news.
I have a video game piece of news I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
Have you heard of the game Days Gone?
Yes.
Days Gone is a PlayStation exclusive, and it looks like it is now no longer a PlayStation exclusive, as you can purchase this on Steam.
That's actually not the first PlayStation game to go that route, as Horizon Zero Dawn went that route also.
Hmm.
Plus, we also have MLB The Show 21 that's on Xbox. You can play it on Game Pass.
This is true. It was an exclusive for PlayStation. Now you can play it on Xbox.
Yeah, and weird enough, it came to Game Pass day one.
Yeah, it was something they were talking about. Also, I do know that with the new MLB series, or the show 21, now you can edit your own stadium. Unfortunately, though, it's only for the latest console gens because of apparently processing power.
Hmm, interesting.
Also, very soon, we were talking about this a bit, and I wanted to mention it on here. Resident Evil The Village is coming out May 7th. I don't know where Moxie is for her. How does she do it, Brosive?
What, that distinguished growl?
No. Let me see. She goes, Big lady.
Oh, good grief. Yes, actually, speaking of Resident Evil Village, me and Moxie are going to be playing that in a Let's Play soon.
The Village?
The demo, at least.
Oh. Who's going to play it?
Well, I'm the one with the PS4 and the controller, so I suppose it's going to be me.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to die a lot.
Probably. I will have to possibly tune in for that. Let me know ahead of time so I can plan for it.
The demo is available to play Saturday, this coming Saturday, so that's when we are planning to record.
Nice. Also, two more games that we're waiting to come out. Dying Light 2, sometime in 2021. Much like Halo, we talked about Halo, the latest one, sometime in 2021, right? Right? We don't have an exact release date on that.
No, we don't. I'm thinking it's probably going to be holiday at this point in time.
Yeah, a whole year later. Push back a whole year. Same thing with Far Cry 6. No release date. Oh, they did announce the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, May 14th. So that's coming up soon. I will probably get that. Returnal looks freaking awesome, but that is only for the PlayStation 5, April 30th. I definitely recommend this game. We talked about is it the sequel to Horizon, Horizon Forbidden West,
Yes.
sometime in 2021, but that'll be for both PS4 and 5, as well as Outriders is now out. I heard that game was, quote, freaking amazing.
Have you actually played it?
I haven't. I'm just saying I've heard, hence my quote, freaking amazing.
Okay, Zombs. You're starting to scare me, buddy.
And Deathloop. Final piece of news for me for video games. September 14th. If anybody wants to talk about these games, maybe you're going to get them. I know the Resident Evil The Village is going to have multiplayer or a versus mode, I believe. I'm just really excited for it. I just know that there's going to be werewolves in here. And my first thought was probably upon seeing a werewolf, I will immediately think, wait a minute, you're not a zombie. Will it try to hurt me still? Probably. Is there anything in Resident Evil that tries to help you? No. You may have an answer that's a yes, but really it turns into a no.
Indeed. So now it's time for the anime news, right, Zombs?
Anime news, otakus, for everybody who's been waiting for this segment because it is the best.
I beg to differ.
Jujutsu Kaisen manga boasts another 5 million copies, printed and sold in less than a month.
That sounds like a lot.
This was one of the top rated anime, and people want the next season. Sorry, but the first season has just finished. We got to wait a bit. So people cannot wait. So now people are purchasing the manga to try to get a jump start because they need to know what is going on.
Zombs, does that mean you're going to purchase the manga for me?
No, because you haven't even watched the anime.
Well, that's all the more reason why you need to buy the very first volume of the manga
No,
for me.
watch it. Watch it, and I'll let you borrow mine.
I'll tell you what, I'll go to my local bookstore and I will look into the manga.
You don't read.
What you think?
You told me you don't like to read.
I never said that.
Moving on. Music artist Lisa releases a new music video on her YouTube channel titled Another Great Day. She has her debut for her 10th anniversary mini album, Ladybug, hit stores May 19th. And I mean, Lisa is just so freaking awesome. Her work is great. She sings anime intro songs for all the best anime. There isn't a piece of her work that I don't like, honestly. Broseph, I recommend looking into Lisa's work.
I will have to consider doing just that.
Here's a piece of anime that I've been actually curious about, Laid Back Camp. Apparently, the producer has been spoken to about season 2, making the show under COVID-19 restrictions, such as like staff research trips, working with Akio Otsuka. I'm very curious about this anime. It looks really good. I will definitely have to check it out. You can find this on Crunchyroll, VRV. That's all I know of right now. But if anybody wants to give me information on this, because I don't want to look, I just want to watch. But let's have a conversation about it. Hit us up at our email. Broseph, what's that email?
Oh no, you're on your own here.
At the Gmail podcast for Nerd Break, There you go.
How did you mess that up so terribly?
Did I? You're the email guy. You want me to do your job too?
Somebody's got to learn to do a job. It's nerdbreakpodcast at gmail.com. Come on, Zombs, get with
That's
it.
what I said. Anyways, moving on. This one is one of my new favorites. Recently came out. It was on the lineup. I had mentioned it last week. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro.
I remember you talking about that.
A lot of people have been talking about it, and it's on the rise. Just great manga. I actually went to my local bookstore and I wanted to look for the manga, and they told me, they said, "Oh, this is sold out. Everybody's looking for it right now." So I had to order it. Hopefully it gets here soon. Anyways, the latest episode had recently come out, and it's just great. I love the characters in this, and there's a mystery behind the main character, Miss Nagatoro. Um, I recommend this to everybody. Also, I'm not sure if we had mentioned this, but the artist for this anime, this is his first safe anime, as in all of his work before has been not safe for work. I don't know.
Uh-oh,
I don't know what to say about that.
Zombs.
Yes,
We're not allowed to get into this territory, buddy. You know better.
you shut the hell up. Anyways, moving on. Here's a question for everybody. This one I'd need to argue with, I guess, or maybe side with you, our dear listeners. Point, counterpoint. For ReZero, why do Subaru and Amelia succeed while other couples fail? There's this whole article on it. And if you think that this is true, that they're a great couple, Brosive in one of the episodes, possible spoilers for other people, they do kiss, and she does have a spirit that is with her, and the spirit tells her something before he leaves. And after the two main characters kiss, she remembers what the spirit told her, and she asks Subaru, and she says, "Well, what do we do about the baby now?" And he goes, "What?" And she says, "That you're now a father." And he's confused, and then she explains that her spirit guardian guy told her that if if a boy kisses a girl, then the girl gets pregnant.
Someone has a lot of explaining to do.
So I'm assuming that this kept her from kissing the main character for a while.
I should say probably so.
It was pretty funny. So this is now the second time that I've seen this in an anime. Rising of the Shield Hero was the first time that I had seen this, that they'd mentioned if a girl and guy kiss, then that's how the girl gets pregnant.
I don't know what to say, so I won't say anything at all.
You know what? I'm curious. One, for your what you think, our listeners, about all of this. Do you think that Amelia and Subaru are a great couple? What makes them a great couple? Email us. At the same time, I'd like to know if you have heard any stories that prevents a boy and a girl from meeting in secret. What did your parents or other adults tell you? Email us, because I'm pretty sure there's some funny stories out there. You have to hear. I'll even tell you what Brosev's parents told him.
You don't have a clue what my parents told me. So moving on.
Moving on, for you Toonami fans out there, and you Dr. Stone fans out there, Dr. Stone Anime brings the Stone Wars to Toonami May 15th. The second season joins the lineup in the 1 a.m. slot.
I'll just set my calendar and my alarm for that in another 3 years or so.
What? You're weird. Anyways, that's all I got for the news. For my next piece for anime information is
Hold on a sec. Is this not time to talk about
with the
Birthday.
candles and the cake, and you blow out the candles. If you're at a restaurant, the workers come and they awkwardly sing you a song.
So it is time for On my birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yes. Yes, it is. Good job, Broseph.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, for our first birthday, we've got from Fire Force is Akitaru Obi, Captain, March 27th. Is a good guy. This one was requested. Koga from Inuyasha, March 29th. This one is super kawaii. Chi from the anime Chobits, April 13th. She's so cute, so cute. This one from Vampire Knight, Kaname Kuran, April 13th. They've got the series out from Berserk, April 15th. Griffith. I don't like that guy. He's mean. Speaking of Dr. Stone from earlier, we have a birthday from there. April 15th is Kohaku. She's great. She's got the big blue eyes.
Is that it?
What?
Nothing.
This is one that Broseph knows.
Oh, yes.
From Dragon Ball, April 16th is the birthday for Goku. Also
Really?
in Dragon Ball Z. GTS.
Interesting.
Here is another one. From Sailor Moon, April 17th is the birthday of Sailor Mars. Yay.
Woohoo.
This one's a really popular one. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Rimuru Tempest, the main character of the series, April 17th. This is a game that I kick Joseph's butt at every time. In Street Fighter series, for April 17th birthday, M. Bison.
For reference, we've never played Street Fighter, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's a fan favorite from Full Metal Alchemist, Alphonse Elric.
Oh, hey, I know who he is.
I know, we got one from you. Well, it's two now. April 19th.
Actually, it's more than two.
This one celebrated on April 20th. I wonder if they celebrate 420 in Japan like we do here in America. Well, some of us. Probably not Broseph. From My Hero Academia is Katsuki Bakugo. Here's a bit of news for this character is the movie is coming out this week. The Demon Slayer movie coming out on Thursday. I actually have my tickets. If you guys want to go, let me know. But for April 22nd is one of my favorite characters, Inosuke Hachibira. And I'm going to end it with this character from Naruto, April 22nd. His name is Choza Akamichi. That's Choji's dad.
Ah, I thought I recognized it.
Yeah, the Akamichi.
The big guy.
Yeah. I mean, Choji's pretty great too, but well, actually, I think I like Choji a lot more. In the new series, the daughter is pretty neat. She does everything, and then I think she's a fan favorite, mostly because she's a she.
Gee, that would make a little bit of sense, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. I know the pattern for the anime community.
All right. Well, with anime birthdays out of the way, I do believe, Zombs, that it is time for our
Big topic.
That's right, Zoms. And dear listener, you can get in on our big topics. You can even suggest one if you would like to do so. Just send us an email at nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. This week, we are going to travel back in time and talk a little bit about our favorite old school anime, cartoons, and just shows that we really enjoyed when we were so much younger. Zoms, would you like to kick it off, or should I?
How much younger? Broseph, you kick it off.
Okay, well, way back when I was a young lad, I watched all sorts of cartoons. I watched Woody Woodpecker and Garfield, but I even watched the original Pokemon series when it was on really early in the morning. And probably that's one of my favorites growing up, outside of Woody Woodpecker, because I really loved Woody Woodpecker and Garfield. But I also really like the Pokemon series. I even watched Yu-Gi-Oh when it was on TV there for a while. You want to know a secret though, Zoms?
Yeah,
I even watched a little Sailor Moon.
you look like you do.
What's supposed to mean?
Anyways, I would like to point out that, so we had talked about this a bit. Ash Ketchum has been 10 years old for 20 plus years now. And it was recently brought to my attention that he has finally become a Pokemon master, a Pokemon champion in the Alolan region. And that's something that everybody, think of an employee or an employer, they want to see somebody bring in a resume. Let's say, this 10-year-old boy's got his resume, but he's got 22 years worth of experience.
If that was him going to be a doctor, I'd be a little worried there. Because think about how long he would have had to have been in school for to get that far.
You know what I don't get is why. So it's Ash, right? And whenever he goes to a new area, he only takes Pikachu and then he starts over catching Pokemon.
Yes, which by the time that he gets to like his third or fourth league, Pikachu would be level 100.
Yeah, but it seems like Pikachu's on par with all these like starting Pokemon. You would think he would be like God mode, but no.
Suffice it to say, no. But we're deviating off topic here, Zoms.
No, no, no. We're talking about all of these shows. It's good. It's good. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was great.
I know one that you'll like that I liked. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Pretty good. I've seen the original. I remember seeing it, and sometimes like they would mix up on the colors for them because really the only difference is their colors on their bands, their headbands.
And
And
letters on their belts.
yeah, sure, but I mean, like, I would always see like Michelangelo would be blue and he'd be talking, it would be his voice and everything, and they would even call him Michelangelo, but he would be blue.
I'm gonna have to watch this again because I don't remember this.
Yeah, I think they mixed up on stuff like that all the time. And then it was just for like maybe that one scene. And then all of a sudden the next scene he was back to being orange.
Interesting.
And I so something that I've seen the original Power Rangers.
Oh
Um
yes. Go Power Rangers.
I went back recently to go watch it and that was the cheesiest thing ever.
Yes, but I have to ask you, did you have a crush on the Pink Ranger?
Who didn't?
This is true.
This is very true. All of you male listeners out there, or female fans of other female fans.
We dare you to deny it.
Yeah, everybody who had a crush on the Pink Ranger growing up, that was your first crush for the people who watch Power Rangers. I can only imagine everybody nodding their head like how I saw Broseph nodding his head yes. And we all just looked down, nodding our heads, smiling. Yep, let's all have a toast. You know what? Meet me
Indeed.
at B Dubs Thirsty Thursdays, and we will let's talk about this. It'll be great. We'll get the whole restaurant involved.
Oh, good grief. More than likely.
How about the original Teen Titans? Not Teen Titans Go, the original Teen Titans.
I did watch that and I liked it,
I
honestly.
I liked it too. Yeah. That also was not anime.
No, it wasn't. Did you ever watch the Kirby Right Back at You?
I watched like maybe 5 minutes of it.
That was pretty good. It was definitely for a younger crowd,
At
obviously.
at the time, the animation was they were just starting off with that type of animation, I think. So it was kind of like to me weird.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, and with the many different variations, you had mentioned it, the original Ninja Turtles, and then I was talking about it. They had different kinds or of Ninja Turtles. Did you ever see the live action one?
Oh, you mean the movie?
No, the show.
No, I don't remember a live action show. I remember the live action movies, though.
Yeah, there was a live action show, and I think it went on for like so many episodes, and then I think they just canceled it. I don't know if it just didn't get enough viewers or if it was too expensive to keep going, because I believe like
Interesting.
getting the actors in and out of the suits was like a process.
You know, you talking about this made me think of something completely unrelated. The Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. No, I'm not talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm talking about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, which was a wacky cartoon as opposed to the more realistic one.
I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was like at one point Dr. Robotnik had taken Sonic's shoes, and I think they were trying to say that his shoes were his source of power.
Well, did the one that you saw only have Sonic and Tails in it?
I don't remember. I've seen so
Mm.
many.
But that was a funny little show back then. Makes me wish I had it on DVD. I have the other one, the Sonic the Hedgehog one that had the Freedom Fighters and all that in it. That was a good show. You could even watch it today and say that was a pretty good show. It just ended too soon for its own good.
Captain Planet.
Oh, yes, I remember that horrible show. Good grief.
Good times. They threw pollution at him and he became powerless.
Uh, I don't remember watching a lot of that one though.
He couldn't fight in Los Angeles. I could tell you that. Just all the smog would bring him down.
Oh, this is probably very, very true.
Oh, here's one that I really enjoyed was by Jendi Tartavinsky, Samurai Jack.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't actually get to watch Samurai Jack. I know of Samurai Jack, and I've seen bits and pieces of it. And it looked like it was really good.
An anime, couple anime. We had mentioned, yeah, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball. That's what I watched a lot of. Hamtaro.
I remember Hamtaro. I didn't watch a lot of it, but I remember it. Goofy show.
What about Zoids? Did you ever watch Zoids?
No, I didn't because growing up I didn't have cable. I had just regular TV. So that's one of the ones that I didn't see.
Monster Rancher,
I actually did see some Monster Rancher.
Metabots.
Oh, I used to love Metabots.
I think I have a figure here somewhere in my collection. Let me. Oh yeah, right here next to Master Chief.
Oh, hey, Metabee.
Yeah,
I actually really liked Metabots. I had one game from that series for my Game Boy Advance. I wish I'd never gotten rid of it, but I really liked it. That was a another weird show, but it was fun.
what's another one? You remember Rugrats?
I never watched that.
There was Rugrats. I actually went back to go rewatch that with a friend, and we were drinking, and it was great to just sit there. And I mean, at the time, this show was for kids, but there was so many adult puns in there. And I tell you that today, if that was to air today, it probably would not be allowed on television.
Probably not. I got the sense that it kind of had a slightly more grown up audience in mind. Not that, again, I'd ever seen it. It's just the kind of sense I got from it.
What about did you ever see Courage the Cowardly Dog?
No, I didn't. That was another thing that was on cable, and another thing that I looked at and thought, gee, that looks weird. I'm not interested. And moved on with life.
Um,
Now you're getting into the old Nickelodeon cartoons, is what you're getting into.
Johnny Bravo.
Oh, good grief. That one I actually thought looked pretty neat and wanted to see, but again, one I didn't see because that was Nickelodeon and Nickelodeon was on cable.
Let me see. I had recently seen a meme. I'm pretty sure so many of our other listeners have seen it. For you anime fans, especially My Hero fans, I have seen a comparison between American All Might and Japanese All Might, where he had Small Might and then Skinny Johnny Bravo, and then it shows All Might buff form, and then it showed Johnny Bravo taking off his shirt and he's flexing, and there's the similarities is just so great.
I have this strange feeling that Moxie would have wanted to be here just for that particular comment right there.
I'm pretty sure she's seen it. I would
Hmm.
also be curious as to like what shows she probably would have seen. Ah, Real Monsters,
What about Cat Dog?
Cat Dog, yeah, that was pretty crazy. Also, recently, kind of recently, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So many shows.
We're starting to get into like more of the newer things, but I mean, they're
Ye-
retro for some people now.
For some, but sadly not for me.
How about the movie you mentioned, the live action Ninja Turtles movie?
That is retro though.
That was the first one I thought was really good. The animatronics that were put into the mask for them was just amazing. Like with the mouth and the eyebrows, like the brow would move, their eyes, like everything was great about that. I couldn't believe it. I wanted to go back and rewatch it because I had seen a scene that somebody took a picture of where one of them is like shouting and you can see the guy's face, the actor, his face in the mouth.
Really?
And apparently it was supposed to be like really creepy. I thought it looked really cool, but I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Well, if you do, let me know. I kind of want to rewatch those now myself.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Wizard of Oz?
What, the original movie?
Yeah, the original movie.
Yes. Why?
Couple things. Some people who have heard about it who haven't seen it, or people who did watch it. I don't know if you knew two things. The Tin Man died due to the makeup that was put on him. I guess gave him cancer or something, and he died shortly after the movie was made. Did you know
I think I
this?
remember hearing that some point in time.
Second thing was a one of the workers on the set hung himself on set. So if you have the movie, you have to have one of the older ones when they're walking on the yellow brick road and it's zooming out, you can see the man's body kind of like hanging going back and forth in the background. I do know that they had removed it in with the effects later on.
That is,
Pretty trippy.
yeah. And with that weird note, I think we are going to end our big topic.
I'm going to say that if anybody else has anything you'd like to talk about regarding our big topics, such as, hey, maybe we hit a spot of nostalgia for you, we would love to talk about it with you. I'll talk about it with you. Let's have a beer and talk about childhood together. Good times.
Well, just because it's the end of our big topic doesn't mean it's the end of our podcast, as we have one more thing. We actually have a viewer question. This comes from someone called Flower, and they ask, do you prefer physical games, digital games, or having a combination of the two?
Are you asking me?
Well, I am putting it to the floor, Zombs.
Yeah.
I suppose I could answer first.
Go ahead. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I actually prefer physical copies of games. I will buy digital if it is the absolute only way to get a game, but if I can get a physical copy, that is my preferred way of having a game. Now, in years past, I actually would get more digital games than I do now. Now I actually hold out to see if a game gets a physical release, but that's primarily because Nowadays, we have companies such as Limited Run Games that puts out physical versions of games. So you can pretty much guarantee that if it is popular enough, the game is going to get a physical version. So waiting is pretty much to your own benefit at this point in time. But that's just me.
What I want to say is to Flower, was it?
Yes.
Flower. I personally like physical copies. I remember being younger, and I mean, I don't know anybody else who has the experience of going to a video game store, your parents buying you a game, and you sitting patiently in the back seat, reading the back over and over and over until you got home. You would even read the instruction booklet.
I would do that.
I don't read the instruction booklets anymore. I figure it out on my own.
Well, considering that very few, if any, games have instruction
That's
manuals.
true. A lot of games do not have instruction manuals anymore. Even some games like would give artwork and stuff. Hey, I remember like even CDs. Getting a CD, it used to have like the booklet and it had like the lyrics and everything because let's just face it, sometimes some songs you love it, you love the artist and everything. There was always those few couple words that were like, what did they say? Or you've been getting it wrong for years this whole time. But I do love the physical copies. Sometimes you get stuff with them, and it was really great. Granted, it is great to have the digital copies because you never have to worry about losing your games, scratching your games, them getting stolen or busted, as long as you still have access to your email to get into your accounts. But also, a lot of the times, physical games are cheaper than digital games.
Yeah, that kind of depends though on how sales go.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see sales. I've talked about this game before, Immortals Phoenix Rising. The physical copy for the longest time was like $40, but I think that now it has people have seen what it's worth, that it's shot in price now up to Switch's standard 59.99.
I actually thought I saw it on sale for like $35 recently.
Probably. I do know that one of the big companies, not big, kind of big, is having a sale on Saturday. As long as you're a what's that called? A professional member?
I think you're referring to a company called Stop Game and a Day of Pro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah. No, legit. I was in line one time and I had seen two friends come in that on one of their days of sales like that. And as long as like one friend had the membership, the other one didn't, they each bought the same game, same headset. The friend that did not have the membership paid like 81 specifically. I remember his change. And that's weird. But and then the friend who did have the membership paid 40. And I was like, whoa, maybe this membership is worth having. And I'm not gonna lie, I had gotten it and I had saved a lot of money. Kind of got off topic there.
Yes.
So flower, I I don't know. It depends on you. Me personally, like I like having the games, but having the digital copies does save you on room in your house. Granted, as long as you have the room. What a lot of people don't know is if you get a digital game and you delete it from your library, that it's still connected to your account. That you now own that game. So if you do delete it, you can always re-download it for free because it is now yours.
I think we might have sidestepped the ultimate answer to this question just a little bit. Because Flower does ask, do you prefer physical, digital, or having a combination of the two?
No, 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 no. We've actually talked about this a couple times, Broseph, already today. This was the topic. The topic was, or the main point was that we are gamers slash otaku, and what it always comes down to for us is money. I'm gonna go the cheaper route.
This is true. I'm going to say this. I prefer physical if I can get it. That's my main answer. If I can't, then I go digital. Zombs, what about you?
I do like the physical only because sometimes they come with things. One of the last games that I got that had something was Streets of Rage 4. Came with this neat little booklet, art booklet for all the characters, and it came with a keychain.
There you go. I think that does it then for this week's podcast. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to look at us here on YouTube. And if you do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, you can check us out on multiple new outlets. We are available on podbeam.com. We are also available on Amazon Music. And you can also listen to us on Google Podcasts. So if you can't check us out here on YouTube, then check us out on one of those other places.
Dang, that's freaking awesome. I didn't know we did that. Why didn't you tell me?
I did tell you, Zombs. I can't help it that your ears fell off.
This is true.
Don't forget, though,
also-
listener, to send us your listener mail. Send it to nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. We may read it in a future podcast.
Like Flower did. I hope we answered your question. At least Broseph did. Flower,
Yeah.
let me know what you think. Flower, do you also suffer when it comes to purchasing video games financially? Do you have to skip that meal or eat an extra helping of ramen to survive just to save money to get that
Now,
single game?
Zombs.
Let us know.
seriously. No, Zombs, seriously. It's flour. Flour only needs sunlight and water. There you go.
I have to take a D4 of psychic damage.
But again, thank you everyone so much for listening. On behalf of myself and Zombs,
All these energy drinks are wearing down on me. Yeah.
don't forget to take a break from life and nerd out, everyone. See you next time. Really, Zombs, energy drink? You're crashing that fast again?
It's how